When I was little, my dad had a friend, and I remember he brought him over and he was telling me to fight him because I used to get in fights in school a lot. So my dad was like, my son will whip your son. So he bring him over there, and then they seen that we didn't really want to fight, so they didn't let us fight. They were like, nah, man, they're little kids, leave them alone. So that dude ended up taking me to Jay Prince boxing when I was little, and that's how I got into it. And I would go there with my other brother, JD, and then from there we started going to George Foreman, but we're just working out. And I always loved boxing. I would watch it with my dad. I would watch Oscar De La Hoya. Like, that was my favorite fighter when I was a kid. And then for years I started getting in trouble, and I kind of like left boxing to the side. Boxing like fell to the side, but I always loved it. I always wanted to do it. I just never got back into it. So I leave, I go to Mexico, and when I get there, my brothers were already there because my mom and dad were left.
Your mom and dad?
Yeah, they had retired and they took off already, and they were over there with my 2 little brothers. So when I got there, I was there because I was trying to stay out of trouble from over here.
I started training boxing like when I was around 6 years old. Just practicing. I wanted to learn how to defend myself in school. And Martin was teaching us when we were little kids in Mexico because we didn't really have nothing else to do. And we started training when we were so little.
We got into fights, obviously, and we only had my grandma there. We had to just fight off just what we knew. And when Martin got there, it was kind of a change. And he showed us, he's like, you want to learn how to fight? I can teach you what I know. Martin had boxed when he was younger.
Manny was always good at not getting hit. Even when he was real little, I remember him and Max would spar, and Manny would just make Max miss every punch. And Max punches hard.
Even when I was a little kid, I was never able to get hit. Me and my brother Max would spar all the time. He was a heavy hitter. I never wanted to get hit by that. That was like my main thing. So I would work on defense all the time, footwork, moving in and out, and just practicing over and over and over.
Everybody has their strengths. I mean, you just got to build off of those strengths. And now they're just both two good fighters. I mean, and while we were doing that, I had started picking up boxing with my brothers because I wanted them to learn how to fight. So I started teaching them how to fight. And we had this one room in the front, and it was like an office, but we turned it into like a little gym. And we would just box and do jiu-jitsu, box and do jiu-jitsu. That's all we did, was box and do jiu-jitsu every day. After about 4 years, my dad ends up coming back to Houston, and he brings my brothers with him. And then little by little, we started doing it again, and now we're here where we're at now. So I caught myself telling my brothers that I was like, we need to start training again, because I knew that would always be my way to be positive.
Staying out of trouble is really the main reason why I wanted to do this, because I always wanted to stay active. Never wanted to stay home and be not doing anything.
Working out at my uncle's garage. My Uncle Ben hung up all the bags for us. He welded everything we needed. He built us a speed bag. He never charged us not $1. He told us, go ahead, do what you gotta do. Which is a good thing about being a good person, is that blessings come your way no matter what. After a whole year of being at my uncle's house, 1 whole year straight, we ended up moving here. So now, we've been here like 6 months, and now we have like over 60 kids now, 60 adults and kids mixed. And it's the same goal. We're just trying to keep kids out of trouble. If you can come here and train and put in all this work, you can do anything. Like, you can hold a job. If you can come here every day, hustle and train with us and hold your own weight in the gym, then you can hold yourself on a job. You can do. You have a responsibility to build discipline. And makes you do things you don't want to do, but you do it like you love it. You just get up and do it.
And if you can come force yourself to train, put yourself through physical pain, anything else is easy after that. That's the way I see it.
Man, there's kids I never thought would show up again. They show up every day. They surprise me. I'm like, man, I didn't think this kid would come back. It's the environment too. We're all laughing nonstop and we're having a good time. It's nothing negative. Like when Manny fought that day and all them people showed up, I'm like, man, this is something different. This is something positive. People don't support negative things. People support positive things. And this was something positive. And everybody showed up.
Ain't nobody gonna give you shit. You gotta push. The first time I took the sip, you turned the mush, took some loss. Got some wins. If I had to, I would do it all again. I learned some lessons, built a life. You don't get to do it twice, so do it right. Get some money, fuck all that dumb shit. Stay loyal to them homies that you run with. You can't buy man's respect, fuck living the lie. You can't hide behind that money, so it's dumb to even try. So I guess what I'm saying is don't let it make you break it. Play the game how it goes, don't let it take it.
There you go, right there.
Bullshit on IG.
There you go, like that. There you go.
not expecting the crowd that came out. I was not expecting that. I was expecting probably like 15, 20 people. And we probably brought out like 50, double whatever I thought was gonna have. And just the crowd screaming my name is crazy. Something I dreamed of since I was a little kid. So now that it's happening, it's go time, ready to go.
I was nervous when the bell rang, but I wasn't nervous the whole time. 'Cause I was like, man, when you know you're prepared for something, the nerves aren't there like that, because you know you're prepared.
I've always fallen back into the same sport, and that one sport is boxing. And that's something I love to do. Always being in the gym and seeing all these kids look up to me is a big deal for me, and that's something I want, because I want to show them that anything is possible. And if you work hard for it, you can do what you want. So I'm willing to work hard, get as much sparring in, work on my technique, work on my defense, just so I know that I'm prepared in there and that there's no nerves really going into this.
I see Manny come from a little pudgy kid. I watch him grow up to be a really strong kid.
These kids are something that really drive me. It touches my heart. Every time they see me, they go out there and cheer for me, and now they're out there supporting me, and now they want to do the same thing. So that's something that keeps me going. And that's why I know that I just show them how much work I put in, that they could do the same thing. These kids, I show up at 4 o'clock in the morning before school, and they do the same thing. They show up at 4 o'clock in the morning and put the work in, and then go to school right after. Because they told me they want to be just like me, and they want to work just as hard as me,
Because that's the type of environment I want my kids to be around. You know, no tension. It ain't us versus you or nothing like that. We're a family. We're all doing the same sport. We're all doing the same thing. We're all chasing the same dream. And that's what I want it to be. I don't want it to be positive. I don't like the negative stuff. I grew up around negative stuff. And that don't get you nothing but, you know what I mean, like ugly feelings inside. I don't want that for these kids. I want them to be happy, you know what I mean? And that's really, really what the whole thing was from the beginning. Was like, I want a place where kids can come hang out and feel safe, be themselves, learn new things, learn how to live their life and be positive.
This tradition's old. It's solid like a brick of gold. Fuck what you was told. Got the skills, used to dream of $1 million deals. When I'm in the presence of your girl, I give her extra chills. I'm for real, I don't give a fuck how you feel. You tryna knock my husband, I'm just tryna stack a meal. Ain't too many motherfuckers that be living this life. So I'm